Feminism is in trouble because there's going to be a lot of women who can easily pull in $40,000 to $50,000 per year doing this stuff, and they will.
Tim Pool went on his show Timcast and claimed that OnlyFans is going to be the downfall of feminism. Sam Seder and Emma Vigeland of The Majority Report broke this down, and we're going to take a look at what Tim said, what Tim Pool said on his show, and we'll get Sam Seder and Emma Vigeland's reaction to that, and I will interject with some of my thoughts as well. So first of all, let's go into the inner workings of the mind of Tim Pool as he talks about OnlyFans.
The average woman who does it doesn't make that much money. True, most people who try to start their own business ain't going to make much money no matter what they do. But this lady, she figures it out. Maybe it's because people find her to be the most attractive or whatever, or she just does the raunchiest, nastiest stuff, and that's worth money. Whatever, man. Doesn't matter. There will be various tiers. Just because she makes $6.4 million doesn't mean everybody else is making nothing. Just because you hear about most women making mostly nothing, like $20 to $200, doesn't mean that the average woman can't make this work. My point. Feminism is in trouble because there's going to be a lot of women who can easily pull in $40,000 to $50,000 per year doing this stuff, and they will. And they're going to be thinking to themselves, I may not be making $1 million, but I barely have to do anything, post a couple of videos, get some subscribers, and now I'm good. You know why I think this? Because I've known a handful of people, women, who were working normal jobs.
I know women.
And I knew this one woman, and one day, she's like, I think I'm going to try and do cam stuff. And I'm like,
she lives in Canada.
For real?
Now, I'm going to stop there for a minute and I have a couple of thoughts on things that Tim Pool said here. Yeah, sure, there will be some women that will say, hey, I can do this and I can make more money than I would at my regular job or whatever. But there have always been careers like this that women could have done, that women could do. Strip clubs have existed for decades and decades, way before there was ever an internet. And women can make a lot of money as dancers in a club, and some do that, but not every woman does. So he seems to have this idea that just all women will quit their jobs to be on OnlyFans, which that's not going to happen. And he also seems confused about what feminism is. Feminism is not just predicated on women working outside of the home. He seems to think that, I guess, feminism is that a woman works in the corporate world or whatever, but this would be a great example of feminism, women doing OnlyFans, because they get to be their own boss. So he seems to be confused about what feminism is, but let's hear a bit more about what he has to say.
I was really surprised to hear that somebody would actually entertain doing that because, or that these people that I know, because I'm like, I did not expect this person who worked, like a mid-level manager job to say that to me. And this was years ago. This was before OnlyFans. This was back when they had those like trashy cam websites.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think the reality is there are a lot of women who don't care. They absolutely will show off their bodies for money and even engage in lewd and lascivious activities behind a paywall.
Yeah, that's always existed. But women also continued to do other jobs as well.
Wall for cash.
All right, pause it. I'm done. I'm done with this. Okay, so, but...
Hold on, I've got a whole thing of notes here. This is the most insane thing I've ever heard.
His friend that does camp stuff that goes to a different school. You wouldn't know her.
And I lost track of her. I don't know. Well, to be fair, I just want to give your email address. Let me just recount a little bit, and then you can make your comment. So I can just recount. But here he is. The point is, feminists are in trouble. Mm-hmm. And then he says, why? Because there are going to be feminists who can make $40,000 or $50,000 on this camp. And then to substantiate this, he says, I know a handful of people. Well, a handful of women. Well, actually, it was one woman who said that she was going to go do the camp stuff. Now, this was actually years and years ago. And she went on to do lewd and lascivious stuff. That's where we're at. This is like feminists are going to be in trouble because all the women are going to go to OnlyFans. That's what he's suggesting.
But why would feminism be in trouble? See, See, Tim, you don't really have a great concept of feminism. Feminism is if a woman is engaging in like doing sexual acts for people who are subscribing to her content, does that undercut feminism? Because he seems to think that it does. Like, he seems to think that it's not empowering for some women, which it is.
Yeah.
He seems to think that it's not their own.
He seems to think that only a woman, I guess, working a 9-to-5 job, that's part of feminism, because those are jobs that men used to do. Men didn't typically take off their clothes for money. You know, they were out working in a factory, in an office or whatever, and women moved into that terrain. So he probably thinks that's what feminism is, instead of a woman being her own boss. The thing that I also think is weird about this is that men are doing, I mean, there are men doing OnlyFans, but men are doing Tim Pool's job. So there are some men who make $6.5 million a year on YouTube or podcasting or whatever, or more. But there are also a whole lot of men who can make $40,000 or $50,000 who are leaving their office job or their teaching job or their factory job or whatever to be a YouTuber. Why does Tim Pool not think that all men will just leave all of their careers to go and be on YouTube? If all women are going to quit their office jobs to be on OnlyFans, why would not all men quit their office jobs to do what Tim Pool does? By the same logic, he doesn't ever explain that. But why are we not going to have a lack of men doing jobs because they're all on YouTube?
Their own choice. And he also seems to think that women
I also think the market can sustain
yes,
millions of
everybody
women.
doing it.
Every woman doing it.
Everybody doing it.
Yeah, Tim Pool seems to think that just every woman will be on OnlyFans, and then all of the jobs that women do would not be done anymore because they're all on OnlyFans.
Yeah,
Average woman.
it is.
I came to
weird.
work today and I realized, like, where's my manager? Gone.
I could just be
None of
taking
us have a
pics of my
manager
feet.
anymore. We have no manager. 55% of the lawyers are gone. Where is everybody? They're all doing OnlyCam. They're
Fans,
all
yeah.
making OnlyFans,
OnlyCam.
and they're making so much money.
And he can't see. This is why Tim
It's going to be a
has
problem
trouble with
for
women.
all of society if all of the women end up doing.
There's also a shelf life for this. If the average woman is able to make $40,000 or $50,000 a year on OnlyFans, are these women going to do that until they're 65? Presumably, some of them wouldn't be able to do OnlyFans forever, and they might have to go and get another job. So that kind of puts some holes in Tim Pool's theory as well.
OnlyFans, and that's the only job. We're going to have like no nurses, no doctors, no teachers, no engineers, no lawyers. They're all going to be doing OnlyFans.
Yeah, I was really close friends with
That is
this.
a problem.
I was really close friends with this international supermodel that lived a few towns over, and she told me one day, she's like, "I think feminism might be in real big trouble because I can make money on the internet now."
He doesn't even know. He doesn't even register the concept that women may want to not be seen as sexual objects and may want to have their own careers where they have passions. Like, I mean, men are the only ones that talk on the internet. I'm a woman that talk on the internet. I like doing this, and that's why
There are
I
women
do
that
it.
work for him.
Even though maybe in theory I could do freaking cam stuff and make more money. I don't know if that's even true, but I don't want to do that, so I do this.
Yeah, again, we've had strip clubs and webcam. We've had strip clubs for generations, decades and decades. We've had webcams for probably 20 years or more, 25 years. Not every woman quit her job to go and do that. There are a lot of women that want to be teachers, or they want to be nurses, or they want to be lawyers, or they want to be doctors, or any number of careers. And maybe, they could make more money online, but they don't want to do that. Not everybody is just completely motivated. People work as teachers. I have lots of teachers in my family, and they're not in it just for the money. They could do something else and probably make more money. They do it because they love teaching.
it's not a big secret that once it gets revealed that every woman is going to flock and do that. That's just how little he thinks of women, is that they're sexual objects, and once they figure out they can be sexual objects for men.
Second. You can make
Yeah, women
40
We
don't
gotta
know
go.
that.
Women
you
have
can make-
never realized
you
that
can-
men
you can make-
sexualize them. Women have never figured that out. And
Don't tell 'em.
He started the video saying that women get catcalled more than men, and then men. But like, it's not coherent in any way.
I didn't realize I could monetize this to the tune of $40,000 or $50,000 a year. I'm out of
Right.
here.
So this is just another example of Tim Pool showing what an idiot he is. His theory does not hold up. Not all women are going to go and be on OnlyFans, even if they could make 6 figures or 7 figures or 8 figures or whatever. There are any number of women that just aren't going to want to do that, just like there are any number of men who don't want to be somebody who has a podcast or they're on YouTube or whatever. Sure, there's a lot of people who see Joe Rogan and Tim Pool and these other guys, and they want to do their job, but not every guy wants to. So this is just an idiotic take by Tim Pool. And I feel like Emma Vigeland and Sam Seder, I mean, they're just making fun of him because they don't like this guy. But they make some pretty good points here. But what do you think? Do you agree with Tim Pool? Do you think he has it all figured out about OnlyFans? Or do you agree with Emma Vigeland and Sam Seder's assessment of Tim Pool that he's an idiot and this is just another area where he is wrong? Make sure to give me a comment about what you think about Tim Pool or Emma Vigeland or Sam Seder or anything. It helps to grow the channel. Make sure to give me a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.